Perfect, 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 perfect.
Hey, yo, what up, everybody? I had a little technical difficulty here for a second. I don't know if you noticed it, but I'm here, and we're here fresh off of KnuckleMania 6 weekend in Philadelphia. Absolutely insane. It is your favorite place to talk about Bkfc, and we're back, and we're gonna talk about it. Let's go, Mike. It's the Mike and Mish show. What up?
What's up? What is up? We are back. We are back from KnuckleMania, baby. God, it was a friggin'. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say it. It was
Look at this thing.
crazy. Look at
Look
this
at this thing
thing.
I got.
Look at that thing. Look at this thing.
Oh,
We got
look
to
at this.
talk
Look
about
at this. Look at that.
Patrick
Look at this.
Brady.
Look at that. Look at this, Mike. Look at the back of
Yeah,
that.
I
Boom.
know. What a
Oh,
beautiful chain you have there.
oh boy.
Not
Look at
from
that.
China.
Not from China. Isn't
No,
that
not
something?
from Timu. That's a
Hey,
real deal chain right there.
listen, we're back off of a freaking unbelievable weekend. Um, and it did not disappoint from freaking Thursday to Friday to Saturday to Sunday morning, taking off, going home, and watching the Patriots losing the Super Bowl. The whole weekend
Mhm.
was unbelievable, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Um, we got a big guest tonight, and oh man, we're gonna talk about some things with him. And not only did he land another knockout, or probably a TKO, right? What do they got it
Yeah.
listed as?
I mean,
TKO.
listen,
Another
make,
knockout win,
make it count.
back to the top for Mr. Lorenzo Hunt, who is I am not afraid to say it. He's the greatest to ever do it in the male division for sure. Like he's 13-2, 15 wins, three-time title holder. Um, he's been the pound for pound. The dude just delivers, man. And Dave Mundell, shout out to Dave Mundell for stepping up and taking that fight on short notice, because anybody to do that against Lorenzo is stepping into a firefight for sure. And it's crazy.
Yes, and if anybody has been perusing Instagram, you may have seen a post from Dave Mundell and where he explains some things, which we will be talking to Lorenzo about that as well. So if you haven't seen that, maybe open up another window and watch that quick before it happens, because I don't know, maybe we'll play it, but I don't have it queued up. I could probably do a screen share so we could watch it. But man, yeah, there's a lot of things going on, man. We had Nems, fuck your life. He was there
Fuck your
with
life.
Tony
Bing
Soto.
bong.
Yeah, did
Oh, you
that.
know what's cool about Nems? Mike, we were standing outside waiting to go in the damn building, and he was like, "You guys are
Yeah.
the ones
I
that
said hi to
did."
him. I said,
Yep.
hey, what's up, man?
Mike said, "Hey, what's up?" And he said something.
He
I
said,
think
you're the,
I might have said "Bing bong," and he was like,
yeah,
"You guys are the ones that interviewed Tony,
yeah.
right?"
He said, you're the podcast guys.
Yeah.
Whoa. And he
And
didn't
he's
even make fun of us, at least not to
right.
our face.
He didn't say "fuck your life" or anything. Like, don't you ever disrespect me. Yeah, that was cool. Like
Don't you ever
he,
disrespect me looking like Mr. Fantastic with your fucking gray ass hair on the side of your head. You know what I'm saying? Don't you ever disrespect me looking like Mr. Clean.
yeah. It was cool. Then Shane Gillis was in, and I gotta tell you, man, we hear a lot of loud pops in buildings that we go to, and when Pat Brady came out, it was loud, and then when Shane came out right behind him, that building went fucking unglued, and they were losing their shit over Shane Gillis. That dude is an absolute superstar, and I love how down to earth and like normal guy he is to be such a fucking beloved superstar. It's crazy. He's about to sell out the Lincoln Financial. They're
Dude,
talking 80,000 seats. 80
that's
fucking
crazy.
dude, 80,000 seats for a comedy show.
That's
It's
crazy.
yeah, that's just wild. I was rewatching Tires because because Shane was there over the weekend, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna rewatch Tires. It's fucking such a great show.
Dude, I've man, I have so many things I want to talk about, but 80,000, can you imagine 80,000 people? That
For
place had
for
like
jokes.
18,000. And
Right.
it's so loud when everybody's screaming it. There's a different feeling to it. It's different than the 45. You get 4,500 people yelling is loud. You get 18,000 people yelling. That's really loud. I can't imagine what 80,000 people is like.
Yeah, and to be able to go up on stage and do a comedy set, like you're like
Oh my God.
you got to make 80,000 laugh.
Yeah.
Like a musician, I'm not saying being a musician's easier than being a comic, but it probably is, to be honest with you, because
You just keep going through your music. Yeah. You just
you
have,
get really good at singing, you get really good at playing instruments. You go up there, you just don't make any mistakes. You go up there and you fucking bomb. Your
Mhm.
jokes aren't like they're not coming out right, and like I don't know, man. It's
you're in
like
big trouble.
and you're by yourself. That is crazy.
You're
To
in
do that in front of
big trouble.
80,000. Yeah, hey, I put the chain on because Joe Ivy was in the comment section telling me to put it on. I don't ever wear jewelry. I don't ever wear chains or anything like that. Jewelry. But it does say Mike and Mish on the backside of it. That's pretty cool.
That's nice.
I'm gonna
Mike and
turn
Mish on your backside. That's nice.
Mike and Mish on your backside. Hey, shout out to everybody that's in the comment section right now. We're gonna get into a lot of things. The Cali boys are here. Jason's here. Beers, bowls, and brawls. Joe Ivy and Ben, as always. We have a bunch of people.
Jason, oh shit.
Knuckles to Knives is watching. What's up, dude?
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Nice
Christopher
to see you guys.
King is in here. Look at this guy.
Full Blast Clothing says bing bong. So let's shout them out real quick.
Bing bong, bing bong.
I got the shirt on right now. Mike's probably got the hoodie on right there. I can't tell. It's kind of cut off at the bottom of the screen. There it is. The hoodie.
I got the hoodie. Always get the hoodie.
Hey, listen, get over to fullblastclothing.com and buy yourself some stuff. It's real comfy stuff. It's nice shit. Look at that. You can hit that QR code right there on the screen.
Hit
if
that.
you hit that QR code, it'll bring you right to their website. And you can peruse their clothing line, buy yourself a Mike and Mish shirt, buy yourself a hoodie.
Yeah,
buy a
there.
redneck.
You see it?
Yeah. Look at that, Mike. Look at you. Look at you flipping around and doing whatnot. Yeah, they're a brand for the fighters and the fans, man. Go full blast in life and full blast in the ring with Full Blast Clothing. Get over to fullblastclothing.com. And while you're at it, go over to Instagram and follow them on Instagram. It is also Full Blast Clothing on Instagram. So thank you to our sponsor for always hanging with us.
Yes,
Mike. So we get there on Wednesday. We get there on Thursday. And they got the freaking press conference. And right off the rip, when we start our week, that press conference has Johnny Cannoli throwing cannolis. You got Felony Bennett reintroducing himself to the Bkfc community after a 5-year hiatus.
Oh my God.
You got Kane Tomlinson and his dad firing up the Philly crowd. You got Cannoli's buddy, like his crew is just down to fucking go at all times. There's
so many of them.
It was wild, man. And like you got Lorenzo Hunt and Ben Rothwell and Arlovsky on stage, and Dave Mundell and Tony Soto and Ben Bonner. And it was really
Joe Elmore and Mike Richmond.
Joe Elmore, Mike Richmond. It's wild. Like it really was like the Johnny Cannoli, Kane Tomlinson, Felony Bennett show that night, right? There was like they were the highlights of the press conference. They did a great job with that. The face-offs were great. Roll right into weigh-in day, and that's when all like the fireworks start kicking off, right? It was an interesting day, to say the least.
Very interesting day.
It was a very interesting day on weigh-in day.
We went to a hoagie place to get subs and grinders, and then we came
went to
back.
Primo's. Yep, Primo's Hoagies.
Yeah, we went to Primo's to get subs and grinders at the hoagie place.
And your boy over here orders a large R special. It was called. It was delicious. But I'm like, I'll get a large and I'll eat half now for lunch, and I'll have the other half in the hotel refrigerator so I can eat it later tonight. Dude. Well, a large, ladies and gentlemen, is like this big.
Massive.
It's broken up into like 3 10-inch grinders or hoagies, I should say.
Whatever.
It was insane. Mike gets the
he
bill to
orders
pay.
his food. He orders his food and says, I got to go to the bathroom. So I stay behind and I go, all right, listen, I'm going to get this. It was like a chicken parmesan with pepperoni. I was like, oh, that looks good. Let me just get it small, right? I'm not a big eater. So I get that. And I'm like, I want these chips. They had Italian fucking flavored chips. I had never seen that before, but whatever. Italian cutlet, whatever. But anyways, so I'm like, let me get chips. And I get him. So she rings me up, whatever. And the bill is like $55
for two sandwiches.
I said, I got a
chips.
small sandwich, chips, and a drink. How the hell is it $55? I said, what the hell did this guy get? He got a fucking sandwich that it was cut into 3, and each piece of that 3 sandwich was bigger than the 1/3 of his sandwich was bigger than my 1 sandwich.
It was fucking huge, dude.
How the hell? How you eating that much food?
Jesus, apparently
that's a lot of food.
$33,
$33.99 fucking sandwich. Fuck.
I don't even know what I was ordering when I ordered.
You ate a whole friggin' cow, man. Whole
right,
pig.
Dude. Back here in Connecticut, you order a large grinder and it's like $15, and it's like this.
It was literally arm's length, dude.
It was fucking hilarious. Yeah. Then we go back. Mike almost dies under the table. Yep. And dude, and I don't know. Should we talk about stuff like that? Like,
nah.
Keep it
moving.
We'll keep it moving. We go to the press. I mean, the weigh-ins were that place. What's it called now? It's not Xfinity Live like it was last year.
It's called Stateside Live.
Stateside Live.
Stateside.
The place was jamming, and there were so many like big name fighters in there. It was a
lot of people were there.
Yeah, it was crazy in there too. We ran into the Knuckles and Knives guys. We ran into a bunch of people there. Crystal, I would say that Crystal Pittman, and I would say more like Jad Masan Wong kind of like stole the show there a little bit, right?
I think so. Just a little bit. I have people that don't even watch fighting told me they saw it. I was like, what do you mean you saw it? So you watched the fights? They're like, no, I just saw the girls before the event. I was like, oh, the fuck? They didn't even watch the fights. They only messaged me just to say they saw the girls.
Yeah, Joe Ivy says that she looked ridiculous at the weigh-ins, in her opinion, which is everyone's got their own opinion. I will say this:
is ridiculous good?
Sometimes ridiculous is good. Listen, trying to get her pants off, and when they were stuck on her boots, and it was like they could have played the Jeopardy music while that was going on. It was like, okay, what's going on here?
Was not good.
Yeah, that was not very good.
She should have sat off the side of the stage like Felony. Like
Felony did. Yep. Yeah. It was there was that. And then Cannoli comes out with the face painted with the biggest cannoli you ever seen in your life. And I thought it was like a fake cannoli or maybe like a cake
From the
shaped
time
like
he walked out.
Big Ben says Felony stole the whole weekend. I will, dude. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you guys something. You heard him at the press conference, right? I did an interview with Felony that's probably like 5-6 minutes long. Just me interviewing him.
I'll release it eventually.
Yeah, Mike's going to have to probably do some doctoring on that thing just so it doesn't get taken off of YouTube, because the amount of hard R's and crazy shit that dude said in our interview was insane. It was hilarious. It's a fucking absolutely hilarious interview. The whole time we're doing the interview, there's this one random lady that's like working
working there. She's very nice.
Working for the arena, and she's sitting like 15 feet away from us in a chair over here at like this like soundboard, and she's listening to him just rattle everything off crazy shit. And
the first thing I did was look back at her when he left the room, and she was laughing. I was like, laughing. What? Every single interview up to that point was like, hey, yeah, good fight. This, that. This is what I want to do. Like the guys are all talking like. And then he came in and was off the walls saying shit. And I was like, oh my God. And when he left, I looked right at that woman and she was laughing. She loved it. But I was like, I wasn't sure how she was going to take it.
I will say that the question that I asked him at the press conference, that was a loaded question because
Yeah,
I
because we
asked
already knew
him,
the answer.
I already knew the answer, and when I asked him at the press conference what Felony Bennett's celebration in Philly looks like how does Felony Bennett celebrate in Philly? I knew he was going to talk about the amount of hair on a woman's genitalia. I knew that was
He
going to be
wouldn't
the
stop
answer.
talking about it earlier.
Oh my God. He said, if you ain't got hair, we ain't fucking.
Here's the thing, right? We went from the weigh-ins all the way to the fucking post-fight press conference somehow. But here's the thing. When he walked out and had the Burger King hat and stuff, I had no idea what he was doing. We talked to him. He's like, I need to go get the wig and the Burger King hat. He leaves. He comes back. He signed it and gave it to a fan, by the way. Here's the thing. You know, he gave it to that girl and guy who was sitting at the back row where we kept walking up and standing, and she was standing right
somehow
there.
it ended up on the shelf on the Bare Knuckle show.
That's not it.
Yeah, they said they found it in the arena. They said they found it on the floor.
I mean, if she threw it away, but I was standing when he left the interview. Went out.
Ben says the fan
with
gave it to Brian Socha.
Oh, okay.
That's what Ben's saying in the comments.
Okay, weird. Because I was with him and she stopped him and he gave it to her. She put it on and then he signed it and she was super excited. So I don't know why she would give that away. It doesn't make any sense, especially back to the company. But
yesterday on the Bare Knuckle show, Brian broke it out and said that he got it
from Burger King up the street.
No, and he showed the signature and he put it on this thing behind him.
Weird.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, yeah. But yeah, he
in the way. Okay, let's not breeze over.
He was being the guy. We'll get back to it, but he was being the guy from the Burger King commercial. I mean, the Burger King YouTube guy, the guy sitting on the plane who was screaming with the. Can you believe that? That's who he decided he was going to be the viral video of the dude with the Burger King hat on the airplane yelling racial slurs. That's who he was. What? Out of all the people in the world, that's who he wanted to be.
Dude, and his T-shirt had his Cash App QR code and 10 mug shots of him. Surrounding the QR code was a bunch of his mug shots. It was
unbelievable. All right, let's rewind.
Let's rewind back to the weigh-ins. After the weigh-ins are over, we're doing interviews with fighters and stuff. And they do this champion summit on stage, kind of like a small one. And it wasn't televised, which blew my mind. And that's where everything was Lorenzo Hunt came off a stage after the weigh-in, after the Hunt redneck weigh-in. He came off stage, he came straight over to his wife, gave her a hug and a kiss. And right next to Lorenzo's wife was Mike Perry. And he daps up Mike Perry. And the two of them are talking for a good minute and laughing and having,
cordial conversation.
Cordial conversation. Yeah, friendly conversation because they've always been friendly together. And then 10 minutes later, they're doing the champion summit on stage and it's all champions. And then the King of Violence in the middle sitting next to Dave. And we're interviewing someone, maybe Mohawk or Tomahawk or something. We're off to the side, Johnny Garr maybe. And we hear a commotion on stage. And we look over there, and that's where things really started to kick off with Perry and Lorenzo. And I do truly believe. I know that Dave said that he's got a huge name for Perry already, but I think there's so much heat behind this. They could easily sell out an arena in Florida if they put Lorenzo and Perry on a card at the top of a card. It would be fucking insane. And make it for the 185-pound title and put both belts on the line. King of Violence, light heavyweight. Let's go. Because they were going at it and it was crazy.
Dude.
And Lorenzo wasn't holding back. It was wild that they didn't televise that.
I couldn't believe it. Now, here's the thing. When they broke out the chairs, I didn't know they were doing that at all. I thought they were bringing the fighters who were fighting on the stage, maybe the main, the co-main, the feature, whatever.
Right.
So as they're getting ready to do that, we've already got 4 interviews at the very least lined up. We're like, we got 4 interviews to do. You're already interviewing Mike Perry. We had another 4 to do. So, and Kai. So then we're like, let's go do interviews over here while they do that, because like we can't interact with the stage. So there's no point in sitting there and watching that. We're wasting time. Let's go do some interviews, right?
Right.
Next thing I know, they got all the champions on the stage, but still we can watch it back. No biggie, right? Then they start fighting, and it's like, okay, we kind of missed that. Maybe we could have got video, but we'll get it somewhere. But then they asked the friggin'
media
to ask questions, and we were like, we're not even over there. We didn't even know that was going to happen at all. So we already had people waiting in line to do interviews, and here comes Lorenzo right off the stage, and we picked him up, and Kyle talked to him, and he basically, you can hear
mocked him, dude. He
Harry
was
talking about his belt, and he's like, "Oh, I worked hard for my belt," So I don't know. I think it would be great. Hey, they're both in Florida. You got Jacksonville, and Mike lives in Florida too. Does he live in Orlando or kind of in that area? But like, dude, I think that's a great fight right there.
I do too.
I would still love to see the Mundell fight at some point, but obviously we know at this moment in time that ship has now sailed. That's not going to happen.
He called it when we were talking.
Unfortunately, we know, and I hate to say it, but Kyle, we know that's
not the
because he lost to Lorenzo, and Lorenzo's now in there. He's now wedged himself in between them. And
we talked about this. We talked about Dave's next fight had to be Perry, because if he was to lose, whatever his next fight was, if it wasn't Perry and he was to lose, that Perry fight is probably gone forever. We were saying that back in Newark.
Yeah.
And we're saying it again right now. I don't know. Maybe one day it still can happen.
Could be a couple of years down the line or something.
But I don't know, man. Mundell stepped in on short notice, fought freaking the Juggernaut, and came out on the losing end. We found out today that he had a torn meniscus and a torn MCL. Didn't want to tell anybody about it because he didn't want to turn down the fight. He says he was limited, would like to run it back with Lorenzo, and try to right that wrong. And that night they kept calling that fight the number 1, right? Whoever wins will be the number 1.
Will be number 1. Yes.
Will be number 1. Mike, we should just go ahead and say
yes, we should. Let's say it, because we have the new rankings.
We have the new rankings.
We have them.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, the new rankings, Lorenzo Hunt's not number 1. Dave Mundell's not number 1.
No, he's not.
Okay. Do you guys all in the comment section, are you listening? Are you hearing what we're saying? Lorenzo is not ranked number 1. Dave Mundell's not ranked number 2. Number 1 pound for pound when the new rankings come out is Austin Trout.
Yes,
number 2 is Kai Stewart. Number 3 is, I want to say Dave Mundell, but let me just double check this.
No, it's not Dave Mundell. It's Lorenzo Hunt.
Okay.
It's Lorenzo Hunt, Dave Mundell, and then Mike Perry.
Yeah. So Austin Trout's number 1. Kai Stewart number 2, Lorenzo's number 3, Dave Mundell number 4, Mike Perry number 5. There is your new pound for pound. How?
I don't know.
Big Face is in the comments. Big Ben's in the comments. Russ is in the comments. Bowls, beers, and brawls. All you educated Cali boys, all you guys, how in the hell does Lorenzo not end up at the top after coming off of winning back the light heavyweight title in his last fight, coming out here, beating the pound for pound number 1 guy, moving to 13-2 in his career, and looking damn impressive doing it? How does that happen? Mike, explain this to me. Make it make sense.
I will make it make sense. Okay. There is a number of people who do the rankings.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know who they all are, but I do know that without knowing or talking to them, that they don't pay attention and they don't vote correctly because they don't pay attention, and they vote on people who are not fighting for the company anymore, and they don't go by the rules, and they vote on people that have been inactive for over 18 months, which they shouldn't, and they vote on people who are in BKB. It's ridiculous. And I need to know these people. And if you watch this show and you hear what I'm saying, please retire from what you're doing because you are ruining the rankings. It's always been a travesty. And it's some semblance of it is decent. But please, if you're doing the rankings and you don't want to do it anymore, just quit because you're doing a horrible job. Because this is ridiculous. He should be number one. There should be no doubt about it. I do not understand how he could not be. It is a travesty. No offense to Austin Trout or anybody else, but it's silly. And I was actually, when I saw it, because we got it right before this, we need them before the show so we can talk about it. And then we got it. We were like, wait, what? So anyways,
right.
It's still great for the guys that are on. Listen, you're five, you're top five, whatever, but I still think it's wrong.
Absolutely. And yes, like you said, it's not a shot against Austin or Kai,
no, not at all,
or anybody.
It's about
after the performance on Saturday night, I thought it was a pretty well-known thing that when the new rankings come out, he would be there. Anyways, Mike, our first guest, our only guest of the evening, is in the waiting room, ready to come on. He is the man that we've been talking about for a few minutes here now. And I think we should get him on here and discuss his incredible weekend and talk about the things we just talked about. What do you say?
Let's do it, everybody. When we come back, we'll be joined by who should be the number one pound for pound bare knuckle fighter in the world, is in my heart, I know in Kyle's, and probably many of yours, Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt. We'll be right back. There he is.
There he is. Ain't no champ unless I say so. The king of bare knuckle fighting. I know that there's people that call them kings, but I don't think that they could fight that title off of you, my friend. Lorenzo Hunt, congratulations on an incredible weekend and welcome to the show.
What's up, Mike and Mish? Thanks for having me back, bro. It's been a while. What's going on?
Yeah, it has been. Oh, well. We saw you over the weekend.
We did. I'm sure it was pretty busy for you. So,
yeah, man. I missed part of the show. What y'all was talking about, man? Fill me in.
Okay, Lorenzo, get ready to. All right, is nothing breakable around you right now, and you're not gonna.
He's got a window next to him.
You're not. Yeah, there is a window right there. Try not to whip your freaking elbow through the window when we read you this. But we were privy to the new rankings when they are released, and the men's pound for pound came out, and number one is not you, my friend. According to the rankings, we were just talking about, we're like, who the fuck is voting on this shit? I don't understand it. And this is not a shot against Austin Trout. He is the new number one pound for pound. Kai Stewart's number two. They have you at 3, Mundell 4, Perry 5. I disagree with it. Mike disagrees with it. I think the entire comment section disagrees with it. And when they're hyping it up to be the king of the pound for pound fight. And in the ring that night, they're saying, and the new number one pound for pound. We all know that that's not how it works anyway, because we're smart enough to know that there is a voting process and whatnot. When they were yelling that out in the ring, I was saying that that's not how it works, guys. They do have a committee that votes on the rankings, but I am sure, pretty damn close to 100% sure, that when those rankings do come out on Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, whenever they come out, Lorenzo will be there at the number one. What do you think about that? That news right there, and does it even bother you at all?
None of that stuff bothered me, man. You got to remember, I was here before all of it. I was the champ before all of it. I've been here since the Police Gazette Diamond up. Remember, I was the Police Gazette Diamond, unilateral, undisputed, blah 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 blah. Come on, man. The bureaucrats. That's for the bureaucrats. That's for the voters. That's for the people who take notes and the punch count. But come on, that shit don't matter to me, bro. I am the Knuckles of Bare Knuckle. You can't strip me. You can't take from me. You can't beat me in a fight. So, what does it mean? What does it all mean? You know how many of these belts I got? You know how many of these I got?
What do you got
I
about?
got about 8 of them.
11?
I lost count.
8?
I lost count. Come on. What does it all mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, let's forget about that shit then. Let's talk about your weekend, man. Your weekend was it was incredible. Lorenzo, from the start to the finish, we were talking about it. The press conference was great. The weigh-ins were fantastic. The champion summit after the weigh-ins with you and Perry was great. It was like, you talk, just put your whole weekend into perspective for us. I know that, like, it was probably a whirlwind, and you're probably just coming down off the high from the weekend anyway. So, it was a 3-day, 4-day extravaganza for you.
Yeah, I don't know if you could tell. I've been sleeping my butt off, but man,
Feel good.
it was a beautiful time with my family. My cousin Kareem flies out last minute and surprises me. Um, the family shows up. We rented the Airbnb, so I'll be releasing a video soon. We were all playing ping pong and shooting pool and eating and just having a blast. Like, even before the fight, like, it was surreal, to be honest. It was a real full circle moment. I am the champ for so many reasons. It has nothing to do with the rankings. It has nothing to do with these guys' inflated egos. It has nothing to do with um wins or losses or none of that. I am the best. You could line those guys up. I could fight more than one guy per night. Like, I don't have to just fight one guy. Like, you could line those guys up and I make light work of them. Just like I made light work of the pound for pound. Duh, 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 duh. It means nothing. Nothing. One punch. That's all you are to me. You're one punch to me. They should just start calling me One Punch Man.
You always have that equalizer. I mean, that one punch that you have is the ultimate equalizer in the bare knuckle world. Like, we've seen it time and time again now. It is ferocious, and it comes so fast down the middle that we haven't found anybody that can stop it yet. You know what I mean?
Listen. The danger with fighting me is that if you can take that punch, let's not to jump right on to Mike Perry, right off the rip. But let's say Mike Perry is so strong that he can take it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it again. So how many of them can you take? Like, when I throw that punch, it surprises me when they get knocked out. Because I never think about, oh, this is the end. No, that's just the first one. That's the first one. That's the first serious punch. Like, okay, now I'm gonna get him. And then I be thinking that now we about to fight. but no, they're done. I never planned that to be the end. That's actually the beginning. They just can't take it. Even against Mike Richmond, that was the beginning. That was now I'm about to hurt you, bang, and then I was gonna have some more, but he didn't get up. That's the beginning. That's not the end. But they go to sleep, so I can't beat them after they sleep.
It's crazy because you talk about the Mike Richmond fight, and then you have the Josh Dyer knockout. And you know what? I'm just gonna play this because I just want to. We're gonna play this and then we'll talk about it. The knockouts are so crazy, but how is it that they are timed so perfectly? The motion, the punch, the fall, the seconds, like even the graphic comes off the screen at the same.
Right,
How wild is that when you see that?
Right on the number 2 sponsor slot. So I'm a little bit weird.
So weird.
I count in my head. So when I'm fighting, I'm actually counting. People don't know. Sometimes you can see my lips moving. I'm counting down the round. I spar like that. I practice like that. I count backwards. Wow. I count down the round. So a lot of guys, they think it's the 10-second bell. They think that's my trigger that, I go on the 10-second bell. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Dave Mundell tried to do a good job of holding me at the last 10 seconds of every round. I still got him at the 10-second bell. I smoked him right at the 10-second bell. But I'm actually counting. So I actually hit those guys at the 11. So it was before the 10-second bell. But you heard the 10-second bell, but I threw it before the 10-second bell. So I'm not actually using the 10-second bell, but I am aware of the time and space. I'm aware of the time, and I'm aware of where I'm at in the ring too. It's a lot. I've been talking for years. I've been teaching for years. Nobody listens to me. I'm kind of tired of telling people how great I am. They're never gonna believe me anyway. They're just gonna keep lining up like idiots. And they're, he's nothing. It was luck. And then they'll just keep fighting me. I'll just keep knocking them out with the same punch at the same time. And they'll be like, he got lucky again. Whatever. I'm tired of telling people that I'm good. You just watch the show. It's kind of sad, really. Like even with Mike Perry and him being so great and him jumping up at the press conference and telling everybody how he's the highest paid fighter. Why? Why is he the highest paid fighter? Is he the best fighter? Why is he the highest paid fighter? That I think that needs to be addressed. Like, is he number one? Is he a champion? Why is he the highest paid fighter?
I think it has a lot to do with just like his charisma and his personality.
Maybe not, because the shows is selling out with him on him or not. And the money that they're paying him is the money that was earned before he got here by the guys who were getting paid little to nothing. So, charisma, my ass. He can barely talk. He's punchy already. He's kind of slow. So, like, justify it, not like quantify it. Like, actually, like, let's look at the actual numbers and let's say, why is he really being put on a pedestal over all of these guys that done so much work for so many years? Is he really worth the cornflake? Is he really worth it? Just like Hector, was he really worth it? Was Paige Van Zandt really worth it, or were they worth it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you got the people who put their heart on the line, put their life on the line, put their families on the back burner. You understand? And put the show first. And then you got guys who come in and they just mosey in and scoop up our money and then run off and start their own promotions or run overseas or disappear into the OnlyFans pit or wherever the fuck they go. after they take a L, you know what I mean, or become in danger of taking a L, they disappear. They just run away. So like,
I what I think what you kind of touched on there, I think when they were bringing in those like Mike Perry and PVZ and it was to bring new eyes to the sport. But they've done that now, and to your point here, that mission has been accomplished. They're now getting millions of eyes without having them on the cards, which makes to my next point. I think that the sport is big enough now, the following is big enough
Caught
now,
up.
your name is big enough now to where they could put you and Perry in an arena in Florida and sell 25,000 tickets.
listen,
I 100% believe that for
listen,
sure.
I understand the marketing strategy. I
Yeah.
understand the idea, but sometimes we have ideas that aren't necessarily the breadwinners, and then the guys save the show. Your dependable guys, your guys that always come through, the Jason Knights, the Elvin Britos, the Palominos, the Lorenzo Hunts, the Britton Harts, they save the show consistently. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can say, oh, well, they brought millions of eyes. Really? Because we brought their eyes.
Mm.
They were looking at us fight, and then they were like, I don't know, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I could just get in there. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So like, uh, 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 my hats off to, like I said, the organization doing everything that they can do to make it great, to make BKFC wonderful. Um, 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 I'm sure, like I said, Mike Perry and those people that I mentioned, they have contributed to the greatness of BKFC. But I'm 14
If
fights deep, baby.
you're
I'm
15 fights deep, you're
15 fights deep. I lost count how many KOs. Like, it's gonna be Mike Perry's gonna be a hard sell to me. I could fight Mike Perry with one hand behind my back, and I destroy him. And everybody is like, oh, why? So he's gonna be here, but he's what? He's the king of what? He's the who? Now he's gonna get trolled by every fan. Everybody's gonna be like, hey, why are you really here? What do you do here? You're the what? Everywhere he goes. And I'm gonna make sure of it. Just like I did with Hector. He'll shit or get off the pot, or he'll go to dirty boxing and he'll stay. But he's no longer welcome.
Did that truly offend you that he was on the stage there? Because I don't know if
Absolutely.
the other champs may have felt the same way. That he was on the
Absolutely.
stage with the champs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Nobody gave us anything. Nobody handed us anything. Nobody created anything for us. Nobody said, "Oh, I'm gonna make something special just for you." The King of Violence belt it's disrespectful to the real champions because we are not eligible. We are not eligible for the King of Violence belt. How can you create a belt that we are not eligible for? You get it?
Yeah.
It's not on the table. It's not a part of the conversation. So how can it be real if there's no competition for it? There's no way to compete for it. There's no way to win it. There's no way to get it. So yeah, it's a joke. And he may say the King of Violence belt is real to me. Nah, whatever. Like, this is the man's sport. This is the real deal. Um, I get it. He's a marketing guy. He's a mascot. You know what I mean? You're a mascot. So when I talk, shut up, sit down. You're a mascot. That's your job here. You're a fucking mascot. I'm a fighter. And I don't want to hear that shit talking about, oh, he's so much bigger. You're bigger than Mike Perry. Mike Perry fights at 185. I'm the 185 champ. And I ain't hear none of y'all bitches saying that Mick Terrell was too big for me. Not a one person, not one fan said, Mick Terrell's too big. Oh, he shouldn't do it. Nobody did. So don't come to his rescue and pretend like, oh, you're too big for Mike Perry. This the hurt game. This is the knuckle hustle. Mike Perry got to fight me or he got to get out the way. Simple as that.
Well, That leads me to my next question. You talked about Mick Terrell for a second there, which means that the remember the old goal was 3 division champion. You held the 85. You hold the 85 now. You held the 205. Never lost it. Andre Arlovsky went out there and beat Ben Rothwell. I'll be honest with you. I didn't think he was going to beat Ben Rothwell because Ben Rothwell's looked good in the Bkfc and Ben's huge, but it didn't go Ben's way that night. Andre Arlovsky holds the heavyweight title now. Alessio Sakara holds the 205 title now. Mike Perry is out there for you. Dave Mundell is asking for another run because he says his MCL is torn and he wasn't healthy fighting you. So there's multiple options out there for you. I see you laughing.
Hey,
what is the goal now? What is the goal now for
hold
you?
on. Before we let's do this in order before we get distracted. If you can replay the knockout of Dave Mundell, I'll show you exactly when his MCL was torn. I'll show you exactly when it was torn. When he did the James Brown split after I punched him in the mouth and he took that trip to the hospital like I told him he would. Simple as that. I don't want to hear that shit. And quiet as kept, Dave Mundell knew about the fight a lot longer than he pretended to. And we'll just keep that under our hats. So
Okay.
like yeah, he trained for the fight. He knew about the fight a lot longer than he pretended to. And so like missed me with the excuses. Dave Mundell called me out. What an idiot. What an idiot. I said the same thing about Mike Richmond. I said, Mike Richmond, what? He called me out. I'm the 85. I'm the 205 champ. What is he talking about? Everybody thought it was a good idea. Are you guys tired of thinking this dumb shit is good ideas yet? Can we get on board with what Lorenzo Hunt says when I said Mike Richmond fighting is a dumb idea and Dave Mundell fighting is a stupid idea? I said it. Nobody listened to me, so I'll just beat you out. I'll just knock you out. You know what I mean? When I said that Josh Dyer's out of his fucking mind if he thinks that I'm gonna let him win after I beat him the way I did, and then I'm gonna knock him out. Like I'm not. Come on, you know. And even Mick Terrell, I would have loved to. I'd love to run that back someday. I dislocated my arm. I wasn't done. I wasn't beat. I wasn't destroyed. I was on my way up when I went down. That's how it happened. And we all know what happens when I get up. So let's not pretend like I was beaten. Let's stop it. Let's not do that. Andre Arlovsky, I don't know what to do with that. I don't know. I had to jump to punch Chris Camozzi. And Arlovsky's bigger.
He is
Yeah.
huge.
No, I
He's
mean,
very tall.
everybody got to really see how big he actually is when he was standing eye to eye with Ben. Dude, he's huge.
I'll take a picture with him.
Yeah, he's a massive guy. So that brings me back to my question. Like, I would imagine that Mike Perry would be the number one option out of the names that I threw out there. But would Alessio Sakara, if they said, hey, you want to go back and try, become double champ again, is Alessio Sakara something on your radar?
Yeah, it's all on my radar. Nobody's safe. And to be honest, the champs are the easiest targets. You know what I mean? What I mean by that is Sakara holds the 205 belt. He's definitely an easy target for me. I smoke him. He'd be an easier fight than even Chris Camozzi was. I think Chris Camozzi kind of was handing it to him that fight. I didn't really see it going Sakara's way, but who am I? I'm just the guy. I'm just the best. So I make light work of Sakara. I sit him down and he'd go ahead and retire and get up out of here. That'll put me back 2 divisions deep. Whether or not I challenge Arlovsky or not, I don't know. I got some work to do ahead of that. Before that. And there's more than one way to skin a cat. I could become the 175 champ. That will give Dave Mundell his walking papers and give Mike Perry nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to starve myself in order to get rid of this guy. Dave Mundell's on my radar now. I can't stand the guy. I can't wait to get rid of him. I might just go down to 75 and take that belt. That'll still be a first ever 3-division champion history. Goal accomplished. Bon voyage. Thank you for putting it on my radar, you idiot. It never was on my radar. It never was on my radar that I could become the 175 champ. But since I just one punched the 175 champ, maybe I'll just go down there and get my third belt.
So
I have
does
options.
that kind of answers that question then? If Dave's asking for a run back with you, the only way you run it back with him is if it's 175 for his belt?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it has to make sense to me. And to be quite honest, I don't think the BKFC is going to be willing to pay the kind of money that I'm deserved in order to go and one punch Dave Fundale again in his mouth. I don't think anybody wants that. I don't think anybody's going to pay to see that. I don't think nobody wants to see what I'm sure,
Yeah.
I'm sure Dave's kind of scratching his head like, holy shit, I paid a lot of money to see Dave Mandel get punched in the mouth. You know, and then, so yeah, like, I don't know. I don't think I don't think that would be on BKFC's radar. And Dave Mandel can scream at the top of his lungs, I want a rematch. I wasn't ready. I saved the show. Yeah, man, shut up. Take it like a champ. Take it like a champ. Hang back, sell your belt, take it to the pawn shop, buddy. You
That was a
sold your.
major. Sorry, that was a major question that Kyle asked Dave was, what are you going to do post fight of your fight with Mundell? Because it's like you've got these two guys, they're champs. Now, if they go and they beat the hell out of both of each other, or they both get hurt, you're holding up both divisions. But if one beats the other, like, where do you go with this? You know, obviously someone's going to win. Someone's going to win the fight. So where are you going to go with this? And he kind of was like, well, I'm not really sure where we're going to go with this after. So you have a good point here. And I personally, looking at this, and I feel like I speak for a lot of people, like, you going down to fight him again, I don't see a lot of people saying like, yeah, we want to see that. I don't see the company saying, yeah, we're going to pay for you to come
Right.
down and do that and then take that division, because then you got to go back down there again and defend the belt, right? Or you could just relinquish it, right? But so I feel like the 205 is where it has to be, because at 185, there's one person who's chirping. I'm sure they'd all like to get, at you. I will bring this up though, real quick. Your former opponent, Josh Dyer, basically posted this earlier today where he says, great fight, Dave Mundell. Was your knee located in your face? I'll be uploading my list of excuses next. Just don't expect it anytime soon. And he said, P.S. Lorenzo Hunt, don't start running track now. I'm still the number one contender in the world. Enjoy the win. And he asked Bkfc to get it going. I assume that you're going to be like, no, I'm going to go do something else.
I mean, listen, I'm not afraid of these guys. Like, I honestly, for me, for my understanding of the fights, but 2 losses in a row to the same guy is a career killer. If you look around the BKFC, anywhere where you see the guy lost 2 in a row, like Tony Soto just lost to that guy again, that's a career killer. That hurts. Because what are you? You're a tough guy that can't get past that guy. No matter what you do, there's somebody walking around who stuck it in you twice. That's hard. It's hard to overcome that. It's hard to sell you as the tough guy. It's hard to watch you get up on the stage and talk shit to to another guy after somebody beats you twice, right? That's kind of the fight game. You never want to lose to the same guy twice. 3 times is nuts. You only get a trilogy if you won one. So I don't know what Josh Dyer's got to do to get himself up, but it'll probably take 4 years or so to do it. Because I got bigger fish to fry. Mike Perry's gonna be running all over the world. My damn 205 belt overseas somewhere because Chris Camozzi ran across the water and fucking fumbled it. And he never should have had it in the first place. You want to talk about how many guys touched gold who never should have touched it in the first place? Mike Richmond never should have touched the 85 belt. Ever. I stopped him twice. I stopped him. Stop giving him the belt. Right? Kamosi, how did he get so many? How did he get back-to-back title shots? I just beat him. I already beat him. It's crazy because when they show you that they are not it, and you do the extra mile, you run the extra mile, you scapegoat and you do all the paperwork and you push and push. You never take the time to realize the only reason you're doing so much work for these guys is because they're not the one. I'm low maintenance. You don't have to do much for me. All you have to do is ring me up. Boom, you got it. Because I'm the one. Those guys, if you have to call their mom and you have to tie up their shoes and you have to move around the rankings and you have to scribble out this and you have to pretend they didn't lose and you have to give them a title shot after title shot after title shot. You have to let them fight for the 185, then let him go fight for the 175, then pick him up and get him out the bed and clean him up, send him to rehab, bring him back in, dust him off and sell him again. He's not it. You're working too hard. You're working too hard. You know what I mean? He never should have been the champion. Chris Kamosi, where is he? Chirp, 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 chirp. They wanted him to be the champ so bad. Where is he? Mike Perry's the same way. When they quit throwing him ducks, as soon as he loses, he's gone. He doesn't have the heart of a champion. If he did, he would be one. He would have never let me beat Dave Mundell if he wanted to be a champion. He would have did it. He would have did it. He would have been the champ and the king of violence, and nobody could have said shit to him. But he didn't. Man, and if he's making so much money, then hell, he could have did it for free. He could have dusted him off and became the 175 champ. But he's not. These guys are not it. They're not it. They're B League.
I thought after Newark that we would have saw Perry Mundell on that KnuckleMania 6 card, to be honest. I thought it was a no-brainer. They were going to make that. But anyways, let's get off all this. Lorenzo, we have been talking to you for 6 years now. You've probably been on the show more than anybody that's ever been on this show. We're 367 episodes into this, and I think you've been on 19 of them. So what else?
Not to mention all the interviews at the events.
Yeah, we should go back and grab some of the old footage because you've been this guy.
I was so spot on with a lot of the things that I was saying, with my understanding of the organization, the way they were moving, what needed to be done, what I was willing to do, how I was going to become the double world champ before I had any belts.
Yep.
I said I was going to be the double world champ. Everybody was like, "What? What?" Yeah, I'm going to take both belts. I said, who's going to stop me? Think about it. Look at the division. Look at them. It's wide open. Nobody can stop me. I was spot on. I was spot on when I talked to you guys about
president.
You got to be the president.
Bro, listen. I was spot on when I talked to you guys in where were we at? Like, damn, somewhere out there. The first show that Conor McGregor came to.
The first, go back to the first show. 41.
Bro, in Denver. You asked me if Conor McGregor would fight. You asked me, you said, do you think Conor McGregor will fight? I said, no, he'll probably wind up part owner of the company. That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I said it out of my mouth before anybody. The first time he ever came here, I said, nah, it'd probably be smarter for him to buy in on the company and help us promote it and help us blow it up. He'll probably become part owner. That's exactly what I said.
And guess what? He posted like a 7.5-minute video of you.
I seen that.
Oh.
He posted me again, too. He posted my motivational speech that I did at the press conference about telling the kids that, you know, if they love this, if they love fighting.
The knuckles to knives.
He posted that, too. He posted that on his page, too. But I was super, super impressed with when he was watching from home. And he was screaming like,
yeah, he's into it. He likes it.
He loves this shit, man.
We've known this. We've known this the whole time. That it's great.
Listen to me. Did you see what I posted? Did you see I posted the conversation between me and Mike Perry about him coming to Bare Knuckle in 2020?
No.
You understand?
Yeah, he posted that the other day.
Exactly what I said after my fight, that I reached out to Mike Perry. I posted it. Listen to me. I've been sending Conor McGregor videos of bare knuckle since 2021. He's been watching bare knuckle. When he came to Denver and the security tried to stop me, he was like, watch out. That's the double champ. Let him in. Then we took pictures and shit. How you think I was so close that I gave him my belt when he got on the stage with Mike Perry? It was me. It's always me, bro. You understand?
Right.
So like, if you guys ever want to like do an in-depth understanding of the intricacies, the how shit took place behind the scenes with bare knuckle, check this out. Another tidbit of information. I'm the guy that set up Mike Perry's first fight with Julian Lane. It was me. Julian Lane's my buddy. We from Ohio. We from the same hood. Julian Lane walked up to me at KnuckleMania and he said, at one of the shows, he said, I want to fight Mike Perry. What should I do? I handed him my cards that I used to, my National Alliance to End Veteran Suicide cards. I said, wait till he's on camera, go up to him, throw these in his face. If you go back to the video, now that you know, if you go back to the video, Julian Lane throws my National Alliance to End Veteran Suicide cards right in Mike Perry's head. It bounces. It goes on the camera. It's me with the belt.
You know what? I always wondered. I always thought he threw like a deck of cards at him. I didn't know what he threw.
Those were those National Alliance to End Veteran Suicide cards. If you go back and watch the video in slow-mo, you'll see me. It's me on the card that hit Mike Perry in the head. And he says, platinum pussy. And then they start fighting in the crowd.
Yeah.
It's always been me.
Jeez, that's funny.
So is there anything left to prove? I like, you're doing this for the love of the game now, right? Like at this point, you proved it all. There's really nothing left to prove.
Listen, I'm doing it for the love of the game, and I'm doing it for my just dues. No one should be really like no one should be walking out of here a rich man building boats and building decks for their boat and shit like that. Other than me, like I should be the guy that's paid, that's riding around in the hottest car and flexing my watch on the camera when you get caught out. Like it should definitely be me. So I'm definitely waiting for my just desserts. I'm waiting for my payday. You know what I mean? I earned it, and I'm not going nowhere till I get it. You understand? I'm not going nowhere. So, other than that, I never really came for like any like legacy thing. It's not about that. It's not about proving myself to anybody. I've been the champ since 1988. I was the champ in 1988. I was kicking people in the stomach and winning karate tournaments in 1988. So you can't convince me I'm not the champ, and you can't make me the champ because I was the champ. I was the 2-division champ across promotions up and down Florida. Back when Mike Perry and Alex Nicholson, we were all fighting in the same circles, all up and down Florida. RFC, Breakthrough MMA, all of the local sports organizations knew me. I was wearing multiple belts. I've been the champ as long as I can remember. Nothing will change that. So like when these guys step up to fight me, they have no idea what they're dealing with. And there's guys right now, they're saying, oh, well, he's only got one punch. It only took one punch, ass. I got more. I got more.
Yeah. Who coaches you now, Lorenzo? At this point in your career, it's still your dad.
My dad and Elvin Brito.
That's it.
My dad and Elvin. That's a nasty 1-2 punch, bro.
Right. We were wondering that, like, at this point in your career, you've done so much and you've been around this game pretty much more than you have, more fights than anybody in Bkfc. You've held more titles, and it's like, who coaches? Would you pretty much coach yourself, or no. Like it's your dad and Elvin?
No. So it's my dad and Elvin. We build. We're always building. We don't know who we're gonna wind up fighting. the more money that Dave Feldman makes, he's liable to get John Jones to fight me. He's liable to get Daniel Cormier. He's liable to go get Rashad Evans. He's liable to go get Jake Paul or I don't know, Nuganu. I don't know. The more money he gets, who knows? So I'm training to fight some mythical monster that I've never seen yet, because when he finds him, there will only be one person who can stop him. And I will be ready. I will be ready. If Yo Romero had a game, he'd be sleeping right now with a torn MCL and a torn and a broken jaw, and he'd be like, I'm too old for this. But he didn't. He left. Nothing's gonna change. I don't know who he's gonna get. I don't know where he's gonna find him. And if I have to fight Andre Arlovsky to get that paycheck that I've been waiting for my whole life, I will. I'll fight him. I'll thump him up, and I will jump and punch him in the face the same way I did Chris Camozzi. But I think that Mike Perry is the belle of the ball right now, and I like to watch him squirm. He's squirming his ass off, ain't he? He's fighting really hard to try to justify this fake space that he's locked himself into. And he was fine as long as he didn't get my attention. And I was accepting of him. I tolerated him at first because, like I said, I invited him here. And if you guys go back and look at the interviews, Mike Perry always shouted me out. He's like, oh, it's Lorenzo. He's awesome. It's Lorenzo. Because he knows the truth. You guys never wonder why he always gave me the bump or gave me the nod or always was like, that guy's awesome. Because
I always thought you guys were good friends, really.
Yeah, we are. Like I said,
yeah.
I care about him. I reached out to him. I care about him when he was hurting. Mike Perry was hurting. Did y'all forget when Mike Perry was hurting?
I did not.
Hurting, when his wife left him, when you remember when the old guy was suing him for punching him, when the UFC let him go, when the guy broke his nose and it was sideways like
and
this,
they broke the window and
remember it wasn't
kicked
always
his leg through the
times.
window.
Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't always.
He was going through
times.
a tough time for sure. Yeah, he was definitely going through it for a minute. I
called Mike Perry when he was at his lowest and invited him to bare knuckle. So, like I said, I'll be here until I get my payday because I earned it.
Well, it's time for him to return the favor now. He's going to have to. Yep. And it would only be right.
It would only
and why not?
I think it's written, man. It is written for sure.
I think so too. I do too.
Written.
I think that
and
this
is
it.
And it's good karma. And it's good karma because I cared. You know what I mean? No one does that. I did that. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I invited him. I invited Alex Nicholson. Remember when Alex Nicholson came and he got in the ring and he called out
Bkfc 18?
Yeah, he called out
Joey Beltran. Was it Beltran?
No, he called out. I think he was calling out Arnold Adams.
Yeah, that was Bkfc 18. That was
me,
right?
That was me. I got pictures of me and Alex Nicholson in 2010 training together. I got videos of me and Mike Perry sparring. Not the ones you seen, the ones you didn't. And it's better holler at me before I release the footage. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know
something.
Make
this fight.
Yeah, they gotta make this fight. I'll expose them. I'll expose everybody that's standing my way.
All right. Well, Lorenzo, like you never cease to amaze us with this. You've been the same, like I said, you've been the same, like you said. We've been talking to you since 2020, and you've had the same energy and the same charisma and the same everything, and you've been saying that everything that you've been saying, you've been doing. Now with February 7th out the way, 2026, you're back at the top. It doesn't matter what the rankings say, you're back at the top of the game. Where at the end of 2026, do you believe that the Perry fight has happened and you are a double champ in another division by the end of 2026, or is that too much in too little time?
I'll say this. Remember you guys used to call me Nostradamus. I'll say this. There is a Baddest Man Alive tournament coming up. And I'm sure David Feldman would love to have Mike Perry in the tournament. I'm interested to see how Bkfc spins this. Maybe they get 4 fights. Maybe they get a tournament out of it. Maybe, he's forced to fight me if he does well in the tournament, or we put so much money on the line that he has to fight me. Right? That makes sense. I'm sure Mike Perry will fight in the tournament, right? So that's why I said when you guys said, "Oh, only the heavyweight champ gets a golden ticket to the tournament." Yeah, right. You're gonna need more fighters than that.
Listen, I knew you were gonna get fired up from that because we were told earlier that night that the only guaranteed ticket into the Baddest Man on the Planet tournament was whoever holds the heavyweight title, and I'm like,
yeah,
that's the only guaranteed.
Listen,
that's the only guaranteed spot. What about this guy?
Listen, that don't even make sense, especially considering that the guy that holds the heavyweight title is 1-0, 2-0. He might actually be the easiest fight of the night when it comes to the tournament. You know what I mean? So like, you're gonna have to bring your A game. I'm sure you're not gonna give just $25 million to the fattest guy or the tallest guy. You're gonna have to bring your killers in order to sell the show, right? You got to get your money back. So I'm pretty sure the only real golden ticket into the Baddest Man Alive tournament is to be the Baddest Man Alive.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I don't know. I know they're hoping to get the biggest names to bite on this and jump into this competition, because does it even make sense? If you're just some guy that's like, hey, I'm going to go for the 25 million, how the hell are you going to go for the 25 million when you got Lorenzo Hunt and Andrei Arlovsky are guaranteed 2 people got to be in it? So there's going to be other people that already are champs in bare knuckle, or already fighting in bare knuckle, that a top 5 competition. They must be hoping that these like top tier UFC fighters, retired fighters come back, or some kickboxers, boxers, whatever.
Maybe they're thinking that if they pretend as if we're not going to be in the tournament, that it might draw some guys into the tournament, and then they'll be in before they realize Lorenzo's here.
I can't believe what person in their right mind. I mean, there are people that's going to be like, oh, I'm going to do it to do it. But those are going to be the guys that are going to go in and be out of there in like 10 seconds. And there's no way. How are they going to fight against top competition? It just doesn't make sense.
I'm the lawnmower and your ass is grass.
Yeah, that's what my dad used to say all the time. He goes, your ass is grass and I'm the lawnmower. He used to say that all the time. Shit my dad used to say.
That's just...
Oh, man.
And like you said earlier about Mike Perry, like Mike is the king of violence. So like you said, how can you have the Baddest Man on the Planet tournament without a guy who holds a title that calls himself, is called the King of Violence. So there you go. You get Lorenzo Hunt in there. You got Andrei Arlovsky. So that's 3. That's 3 guys. Yeah. So that's 3 guys right there, like guaranteed to be in that tournament right there. And you might, and that's where you get your chance. You get your shot at Mike. There's so much fucking awesome shit going on right now in this company,
awesome.
and like awesome. And like you're right at the center of most of it right now. So
much
Lorenzo.
Awesome.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome to 2026, everyone. Lorenzo Hunt is back at the top, and there's a lot of shit going to go down this year. It's unbelievable what and we could talk about so much other stuff, but we've been going for a while now, and we don't want to keep you all night.
Yes, thank you for coming up.
Yeah, it's all good. Let me get my shout outs.
Yeah, go ahead and get your shout out.
Let me give my shout outs to Victor, the Mesman, law offices, all in management. They did their thing. They helped me out a lot. Give my shout out to my wife, Miranda Renee. She's killing it over at WWE. give my shout outs to all my sponsors, to Sam over there at All In, to Brianna, everybody who helped me. You guys are awesome. Let's do some work, man. Let's get it done. Give a shout out to my new girlfriend, Mike Perry. You know, my wife says I can have her. So you moving in. You tell him he's moving in. You moving in, bitch.
And real quick before we move off of,
Like, I
your,
want some platinum pussy.
before we move on, I just want to. You mentioned your wife with WWE. Just let the people know what she does.
Yeah,
For them.
she's the makeup artist. She does makeup for Jade and all those awesome wrestlers that you guys have come to love. She's the magic back there. So
Is she making their
yeah.
like outfits and stuff too?
No, she just does hair and makeup. So she's glam. She's glam world.
She's
I thought that she made
turning
yours
Rhea
for some
Ripley into like the goth chick that she when she comes out with all the black makeup all over her face. That's your wife doing that?
Yeah, that's
wow,
her.
that's super
She's the
cool.
one.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so it's awesome. So like I said, we're in the entertainment business and we're running around being entertaining as hell. And
Hey.
yeah, you can check her out at what is it, at Miranda Renee on Instagram, or you can go to my Instagram, the Juggernaut Hunt. Hit me up for these cool t-shirts. Ain't no champ unless I say so. But for $49.99, you too can be a champ.
A champion.
And got Erzlozano on the back laid out.
Oh yeah.
So
Remember that? Cool. I remember we made that into a clip that ended up being on the Jacksonville news. Remember that?
Right.
It's like a little clip we made, and we
speaking
put
of which,
it on the news.
be on the news. I'll be on the news again in Jacksonville this Saturday. So yeah, tune in to that. Thanks, Mike and Mish, man, for being there for all the ups and downs. It's been a wild ride, man. We've been having a lot of fun,
crazy.
right?
Hell
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I've loved it since day one. KnuckleMania 1. That's when we met you in person for the first time.
Do me a favor, bro, and send me the first ever interview that you guys did with me. Can you do that for me?
Yes, we'll find,
absolutely.
Yeah, thank you, man. That'll be cool.
Hey, one last question before we leave. I did not know. We were there in the arena, and we knew that Kareem Hunt was in the building. We didn't know he was in the Juggernaut suit. Was that the plan? Did he just be like,
notice he didn't have pants on? I was like, where's the Juggernaut's pants?
So listen, so they actually surprised me and blew down my cousin. He's always wanted to come to the fights. I always told you guys he would eventually come. He came and we asked Bkfc, we asked Cranston, we asked everybody if Kareem Hunt could walk out with me. But I already had my Juggernaut walkout planned. And so since they had already finalized the plans for the night, they wouldn't let us change them.
Oh my God. So
I see what's going on. I see what's going on here.
So listen, so we was like, hey, just put the suit on.
Oh my God.
And it was perfect. It went perfect. So it worked out. It went perfect. I got to have a great night with my family, man. What an amazing night. And even to Dave Mundell, shout out to Dave Mundell. I hope he heals up, man. I never really had any beef with Dave Mundell. I think he took it wrong when I said that he left and didn't take the Josh Dyer fight because I was back. I was kind of just trying to say it wouldn't be smart for Dave Mundell to have the 185 belt knowing I'm around. And fighters are fighters. They take everything personal. But I believe I have earned the right to be able to say that. I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you. I'm faster than you. I've fought more people than you. I'm here. If Dave Mundell would have beat Josh Dyer and became the light heavyweight champion, I was his next fight. That doesn't mean you're scared of me. That just means it's not smart. So he took it personal, and then he played himself. I never had any problem with Dave Mundell. So it is what it is.
Knowing you and seeing the fight and hearing how you talk and this now, I never thought you really had a problem with him, to be honest. I just feel like it's business is business, and you did what you did.
Mike Richmond. I never had a problem with Mike Richmond.
Yeah.
Oh, one last thing.
Business is business, right? Yeah.
One last thing. Do you remember what I said happened during the Mike Richmond fight? Why my eyes were fucked up and why he was able to punch on me that way? You got
scratched with his fingers. You were saying the fingernails got scratched, right?
What did he do to Joe Elmore?
I must have missed this.
There was an eye poke. Yeah, he was eye poke, right?
We were scratch bleeding. What did he do to Caveman?
I'm gonna have to go back and
Yeah.
watch
Yeah.
these.
Yeah, I
because,
missed that part of that.
For everybody that was Mike Richmond's fans talking about how much trouble he gave me, I couldn't see for the entire first round. I had to like, come on. But it's all good because it created a lot of buzz. People got to see me. People thought it was sweet. People signed up to fight me. A lot of people got knocked out. It is what it is. I gotta take the bitter with the sweet, baby.
Another piece of history.
Another piece of history.
Lorenzo, we always love talking to you on here, man. You are now 13-2, back at the top where you were for so long. After a long break, your 2 fights back are for the 185-pound title and
then
the
beat the
175-pound
champ for the number 1 pound spot.
It's an incredible run that you just continue to keep on. Yep, you continue to impress. And I can tell you one person that the WWE talent guy didn't have to talk to about personality and shit this past weekend.
Yeah, he likes me. He's pretty cool. He likes me.
Right. Did he even actually talk? Because I know that they brought him into like
we talked, but it wasn't about my
down there.
We talked a lot, but it wasn't about my personality. He was like, "Yeah, do what you do." But
you're good.
But we got to talk.
Like, no, you're good.
He's super cool, and I'm glad he's on because he's got to fix up some of these guys. Some of these guys are.
Yeah, a lot of them don't have much to say. Thanks so much for coming on and for continuing to give us things to talk about for 6 years strong now, Lorenzo. And I don't see it stopping anytime soon. Maybe 6 years from now, you're 25-2, and we're still talking about shit that you're doing. So we love.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah, Mike, you got anything else for Lorenzo?
Nah, man. Thank you so much, Lorenzo. Take care. Have a great night, and we will see you very soon, man. Adios, everybody else. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
Later, buddy.
Hello, sir.
Hey, man, what a freaking guy that guy is, huh? You know what? They don't ever have to worry about selling a fight when Lorenzo's on it. That's for sure. Nope. Like he said, every fight that he has, it's an easy sell. And honestly, after this weekend, I know Mike Perry's got a lot going on with the Eddie Alvarez incident in the crowd, and you know, he's got DBX, and he's got a lot of things in. You know, he's got his tequila company and he's got all kinds of stuff going on. But if he wants to step back into the squared circle, I would hope to God at this point they give Lorenzo his big money fight and let him fight fucking Mike Perry. I think that it would be a great fight. I think Perry is violent enough to hang in there with him for a while and put on a fucking show and make a lot of money doing it. And you know, after 15 fights in the company and being there since the beginning, this would be great for Lorenzo for sure.
Oh yeah, it's time, man. It is time. It is time for Lorenzo Hunt to get that massive fight, that massive payday. They have built up, like he said, like they're trying to build the company. Then they were trying to bring in already people who were stars to help bring in eyes, which they did, and it did work along the way. People might not see it, but we've been to enough events throughout the years that we have seen it. We see it. We feel it. People see like, oh, all this money's going to this person. Was it worth it? Yes. I'm telling you, it was worth it. There was nobody. Like, there was empty. Like, nobody knows. Still now, a lot of people don't know what bare knuckle is still, but there's a lot of people who do compared to then. And we've seen it when we go from state to state to state to state. And then all of a sudden people started knowing. Oh, wait, more people know. Oh, wow, 20% of people know about it now. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like a big number, but nobody would know before. Now we go to places and they're filling 18,000 people in Philly. That's crazy. When I look back and I see the amount of people that are in that place, and it is kind of like last year, but it happened again. And in between that's happened many times where they're filling up 4,500, 3,500, 5,000. Like, it's crazy. That's a lot of people, and it's continuous. And there's more fights, there's more venues, there's more fighters. It's getting huge. So it's time now for build the company, get the expensive fighters, company raises again. Here come the rest of the fighters. They're starting to catch up now. Now they're starting to level off. Time to start getting those stars that you've built from the internally and rise them up now. Pay them. And that's what they're doing. We just were talking about the talent management guy, and that's what they need to do. Start now. The stars. Now people know Lorenzo. Guess what? Now it's time to take him and put him up on a pedestal.
And he's the one out of all the homegrown stars. I think he is the one.
He was already a star,
right? He is such a marketable asset to the company. Like he's great on the mic. He's great at the press conferences. He's great at the weigh-ins. He's great in the promo videos, and he's great in the ring. And like, we're not just talking him up. It's the fucking truth, man. Lorenzo Hunt is the total package for them. And of all the homegrown talent that you said, and like I said, when we were talking to Lorenzo, when they were bringing in Mike Perry and Luke Rockhold and Paige Van Zandt and these names, it really, that's what it was. It was to draw as many eyeballs to the sport as possible, and it accomplished the mission.
It was always about
that's what it accomplished the mission accomplished. Now they got 2 million live viewers watching KnuckleMania 6. You know what I mean? And there was not, I mean, Andre Arlovsky, I shouldn't say there was not some massive name on there. But Andre Arlovsky,
there's Ben Rothwell, there's
Ben Rothwell and Andre Arlovsky were on there, but like, but the job has been done. Now, like you say, the homegrown talent can start to surpass the ones that they brought in to bring the eyeballs. And of all the guys on the roster that have that it factor, and some will say Kai Stewart is one, but Lorenzo Hunt is that guy, dude. He's massive. Like when we first met Keegan Vandermeer out in Denver, and I was talking to Lorenzo, Keegan came over and waited polite, like he was, you know how Keegan is. He's a super fucking nice guy, and he waited for me to be done talking. I was like, you want to talk to him? He just introduced himself to Lorenzo, and he was like, I just want to tell you that you are larger than life. He's like, I seen you on TV, but like you're here now. And he had his 2 belts on. Like he had one belt across his chest and one across his waist. And he had like the leather jacket on and the fucking sunglasses. He looked like a goddamn pro wrestler. And Keegan was like, you're just fucking that guy, dude. And like he gave him his props, and Lorenzo took a picture with him, and then he walked off. He has that it factor. Like people see Lorenzo walk in and be like, that motherfucker looks like a problem. Like that dude looks like a monster. Like whoever that dude is a real deal fucking monster. And he's stayed at the top for over a half a decade now. So it's time for him to get that Mike Perry fight and fucking, get that paycheck for sure.
Dude. All right. So I was looking up the first time that Lorenzo Hunt has ever been on the show, right? I was just looking that up, and I'm trying to separate the window so I can take a look and show everybody the amount of time. So I have 29 videos when I search for him on our page. 29 videos that are on YouTube. Okay, that's on YouTube. Some of the videos are not on YouTube. Like this following weekend when you interviewed him, that video is not on YouTube. So that's 30, and there's more that aren't on there. So he has not only been on the show multiple times, but he's also been,
You know what?
you know,
In the first time he was ever on the show, it was just me, right? It was mission accomplished.
yes.
And that he was probably like within the first 10 episodes of my entire life of doing podcasts. So there was probably only a few people watching, you know what I mean? There was probably only like 10, 20 people watching, you know? It's like, I don't know if anybody's even seen that footage, to be honest with you, because I was a nobody at the beginning. We were nobodies at the beginning. And you know, we've had to grow. So he was with us way back then, like way back fucking when we didn't have a following at all. We probably had no followers at the time.
No, nobody, none of us did. Him, us, no one. I wasn't even on the show with you. All right, let's see here. So here's this. I just went into the details real quick because it's kind of crazy to just look at it and say, oh, wow, this is how long ago it was. Episode 12, right?
Of Mission Accomplished.
Bkfc fighters Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt and Rob the Destroyer Morrow, who fought at KnuckleMania 1. I talked with Bare Knuckle, 195/205 pound monster, the Juggernaut Lorenzo Hunt. Then I chat with Bkfc's Robert Morrow ahead of his February 5th bout at KnuckleMania Super Bowl weekend. And those two fought each other there, right? Which is really crazy. And yeah, here's the this was, yep, it was episode 12, right? So, and if I go back here and I search Lorenzo Hunt, this was in January
2020.
January 6th. Nope, that's
2021.
not it. So, all right, I'm gonna have to go way back. Oh, here, yeah, there we go. So live. Let me move over, and it was January 13th, 2021. Is that crazy?
That's 5 years ago. Over 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking nuts, dude. It's nuts. We've been through a lot with this guy. And I know he rubs a lot of people the wrong way, but they got to understand that he's one of the best showmen, one of the best promoters that they have in within the company. You know, I mean, the promotion is the promotion, but when they have self promoters like him, dude, like he said, he's easy. He's the easy button. Like it's not a hard fucking sell when you put Lorenzo on a card. It's crazy. You know what? And when I look at my wall behind me here, right here, I got KnuckleMania 1.
Yep.
And Lorenzo is right here fighting Rob Morrow. And then right over there is KnuckleMania. I mean, it's BKFC 18.
BKFC 18?
Yeah.
He didn't fight on that card.
No, he didn't fight on 18.
He was there.
Which one was the one where he jumped
the picture cage? Where we took a picture with him and that you're talking about when that was that was
that 24
when he jumped in and he fought with
Hector Lombard.
Yeah, that was
Hector Lombard fought
18.
Joe Riggs, right?
That was it.
And right here
that
on
was
this
the
poster, one. It was Hector Lombard versus Joe Riggs, and we have the video of Lorenzo pacing the stage.
I wish I had it on my computer, but I don't.
And then he goes and he jumps the cage, like so. We've been there for so many of these things, dude. And listen, we're gonna talk way more about a lot of things tonight, but it's getting late. I do want to just shout a few things out. Pat Brady is a gangster.
Pat fucking Brady, dude.
Congratulations on making the decision to retire. Like I think he still had a lot of fight left in him. Yep, we both got some autographed bricks from.
Little did we know Brady. When we got this, when you first interviewed him in Connecticut, I'm pretty sure we're the first people to ever take him aside and do an interview, talk to him for bare knuckle, because he was in Connecticut. And at that time, it was like, wow, this guy is probably going to make a run at the title. And that's what we thought all the way until the second he said he was retiring. I had no idea he was retiring. Did you?
Neither did he. He said it. He told Brian the story on the Bare Knuckle show yesterday. He said it was at the moment at the end of the fight He said that he was waiting for somebody to give him a real knockdown, drag out fight, and he got it. And at the end of that fight, he like felt fulfilled. Like he was.
That was
He
it.
didn't need. He was
won.
fulfilled in his
18,000 people.
right.
KnuckleMania
18,000
6.
people. Shane Gillis walked him out. He walked over to his corner and he asked the Dawkins brothers if they had scissors and cut his wraps off. And they were like,
Yeah.
And some ring guy was
sure?
there. Some like athletic commission person was like, no, you do that in the back. He was like, no, now. And then that's when they cut him off. So that was a spur of the moment thing. And
or a tear to my damn eye watching that.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that it's for real. He does a lot outside of fighting and makes a lot of money in his company. So that was great. Jad Masan Wong was a dominant performance against Crystal Pittman, and then Jad's post-fight outfit made her look like a fucking Avenger. I don't know if anybody's seen those photos, but like I don't know where you buy clothes
I
like
don't
that.
recommend looking it up, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, that was incredible.
Don't do it.
Yeah, we could go down the whole card. 2 Raw cut.
Yep.
It took a little bit to get going, but by the end of the fight, he was fucking cracking and he was putting on a show. And we have an interview coming out with him where he's
we did like 20 something, 27 interviews, did I say?
Yeah, 27 interviews. Yeah, so there's so much to talk about. 2 Raw cut. Josh Oxendine. I think
Oxendine.
I think Joshua Oxendine is going to be a serious contender in that 135-pound title. He called out. He came over from BKB, correct, and he was a champion there, and got his win over Travis, who is a tough night out for anyone. And immediately in the post-fight interview with us said, I want the best fighters. I'm a boxer. I'm a boxer and I'm a bare knuckle fighter and I know how to throw hands. And I want Joy Boy. And if I can't jump right to the front of the line, I'll fight Ryan Reaver, who's the #1 contender. I want to be fighting the best guy. So for him to talk so confidently after putting on a nice performance with Travis and, out of the triangle ring and into the circle of fucking violence, he is welcomed into the bantamweight division. Just so much to talk about on the card, dude.
Yeah, it was great. It was
Zedekiah Montanez got his get back
interview
again.
just came out.
Yeah, he looked great. It was just like it was a good night of fights, man. I feel bad for Tony Soto. He was so confident and he felt so good going into the fight, but Ben Bonner is just a fucking beast, dude. And Ben did his thing, and I'm gonna have to rewatch it one more time, but it seems to me like Ben took 4 out of 5 rounds.
From what I watched on when I rewatched it, it seems as though Bonner just boxed him basically the whole. He was landing at a higher clip.
Right.
He was.
Tony was missing a lot.
Soto seemed to be like he was throwing out some feeler shots. He was missing some of his in the first round. He was missing more than he was landing, and Bonner had a good distance on him. I feel like he just had the perfect reach and was just. It's not like he was smashing him. And later in the fight, they both got each other. A good amount of times with some power shots, but it seemed that like Bonner had his distance down earlier than Soto, and he was touching him more often. And and then you see by the punch count at the end, it seemed like he just outboxed him for the fight. A little bit different than the first fight, but yeah.
And the last one,
which sucks for Tony because as Hunt said, you lose to the same guy twice. It's tough.
It's hard,
and I do understand. I get it. I do get it because because now it's like, okay, well, Tony can then go back because Tony was 6-0, and now he's had a 3-fight losses. Now we know what happened with 2 of them. There are issues, but people don't go and do all that research. You know what I mean? People aren't going to do that. They're just going to say, all right, he lost 3 times and he lost twice against this guy. They're going to say, well, he was winning this fight and there was a questionable call on the knockdown against. Tenaglia, and he probably would have won that in a split decision or a close unanimous, or same thing with Bonner. Like, what, you know what I mean? That's not going to happen. They're just going to say, oh, wow, this guy just lost 3 fights and 2 against this guy. So now he can beat everybody else in the division after this fight, but now he's still going to fight Bonner. And will that happen? Because in order to get the 3rd fight, you really got to have like a, so it's a tough position he's in right now.
Yeah. And dude, the main event, we love Ben Rothwell, and he did not have a good night against Arlovsky, and it gets you to wonder, like, is Arlovsky just that one guy that has
just
Ben
has
that
his
just
number.
has his number? Like, everyone has that one guy that they just can't get by. Maybe Ben Bonner is Tony Soto's. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, but right now, Ben Rothwell was looking like a Terminator in BKFC, and he still is. I'm sure he's going to continue being a Terminator in the BKFC, but he lost twice to Arlovsky in the UFC. He and we and a lot of people thought that this was the time that he gets his revenge, because this is not MMA anymore. He is now stepping into a world that Ben's been dominant over. But man, when you watched it, like, Arlovsky looked fast. He looked super fast for his age. It's like the dude's 46 years old, and his hands looked so fast that night. He was landing everything he was throwing at freaking Ben. He kept cracking him in the side of his face. It was just a performance to me that, like, at the end of the night, I was just, that's what kept going through my mind. That, like, Ben, I mean, yeah, Arlovsky's just Ben's kryptonite. You know what I mean? He's that one guy. I don't know if they fought 5 more times. I don't know what would happen.
I mean, I'm sure that Ben, he's a great friend of the show. He's a major asset for BKFC. I don't think he's going anywhere, and hopefully we can get him on it sometime soon, because I know, like, before the fights we wanted to have him on, and we talked to him, and he was going to come on after the fight. And well, now he did take an L, so give him a little time. We'll talk to him and get him on and talk and see how he actually felt about the fight and what he thinks about his mental state and physical state and what happened there in that fight, because he didn't look like he has looked. So I just wonder what was going on there. Did he feel good? Maybe he felt good and he just didn't know how to approach it.
Physically, he looked like dialed in. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
looked like the same Ben we've been seeing. It's just it's just like he does that lean where he leans over and, like, measures up that right hand in all of his fights, and it's just like he was, like, leaning a little extra. He just looked off, and I don't know if it is that mental game that, he has the 2 losses against Arlovsky, and he was carrying that with him into there. So, I mean, I would love to see Ben bounce back and get another crack at the title at some point. We'll just see where he goes from here. Before we go, we do have to touch on a couple more fights.
Oh, surely do. We surely do. How about this one right here?
Right there. This fight was so annoying. And man, we were there, and the whole arena was getting so fucking angry about this. And I was too.
Yes.
We're there as, doing our thing. We're supposed to not be cheering on anybody. And
we're trying hard.
I was like, get him out of there, dude. Why does he keep going down to his knee? Like, it was just such an annoying fucking fight. And I can feel the frustration in Johnny Garb when he, like, scooped him up and slammed him. Like, it is what it is. You get frustrated in the middle of a fight. But what the hell was Kane Tomlinson doing, Mike? What was he doing?
I don't know. I don't know what he was doing, because, like, I feel like Kane, last year they had all this fucking hype up and hubbub about Sullivan. Sullivan, he's got all this action. I love Sullivan. What a nice guy. You ever meet this guy? A ball of energy, great guy, funny, fun. He just seems like just a caring guy. You know what I mean? You get that feeling from when
Yeah.
you're with him. He just like loves everyone. He just loves to have a great time. He just wants to show you his city and just whatever. He's great, right? Okay. Kane Tomlinson comes in, plays the heel perfectly. Comes out and fucking knocks him out cold. Knocks him out cold with the statement.
Devastatingly.
Shuts down that whole fucking place. 17,000 people. Zoop, done. Okay. Comes back. Gets to play the heel. Now he's facing somebody even more popular locally than Sullivan is Garbarino. Majorly popular. We're talking Johnny Garbarino sold over 2,000 seats. Do you understand what that
Johnny
means?
Garbarino put, hold on. Where the hell is it?
I have the video. I should upload the video of those friggin'
there was
seats.
20,000 of these in the arena.
Yes.
20,000.
They were on every single seat in the arena. It was absolutely insane how many friggin'
20,000. There were 20,000 towels in the building.
Dude.
Crazy.
It was unbelievable, right? So I feel like he's got this massive opportunity, right? And I really do feel like he just threw it all in the fucking trash.
But yeah, he kept going down.
Lit it on fire. I don't know what the hell was going on. And
they weren't knocking. It was slip after slip after slip after slip, but they weren't slips. He just kept going down to him. He kept going down on his own.
And that's why I was like that many.
And I want to say it was Andy Glenn. And
it was Andy Glenn.
I was like, I wish Andy would fucking give him a warning and then take a point next time he goes down on his own and be like, do it one more fucking time. And I'm fucking can't, the fight's over. You lose. TKO. I don't know. It was
that was part of the frustration is because everyone's frustrated and we're trying to understand what Andy's saying. It would be nice if they mic'd up the refs for the people to hear inside the stadium or the arena, right? So when the ref, just like the NFL does, if the ref is about to talk, they turn their microphone on, they say blah, 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 offsides, 5 yard, 10 yard, whatever the fuck it might be, right? They should do that when something like that. They can't do it all the time for the whole fight, right? You're not going to have the fucking ref. But
if he's going to warn the guy or
he's about to warn the guy, he should be able to turn it on so you can hear what's going on, because I was so frustrated with looking at the pantomimes or like what the hand, I'm trying to lip read and hand read, like see what's going on. And it seems like, Kane keeps falling. Now you have Garbarino coming over. He's punching him. Kane's falling and he hits Kane. Kane's on the ground. I'm like, you cannot fucking fault him for hitting him on the ground when he keeps falling on purpose. You know what I'm saying? He's turning his back and he's falling on the ground. He hits him. Well, guess what? That's not a foul. He fell on purpose. You can't just, if you punch somebody and they're falling, they're fucking going down probably. You know what I mean? But if your fucking guy keeps falling on purpose, you accidentally hit them when they're on the ground. You can't keep doing this. And this is why you got to warn them. And I don't know what he's saying. So now I'm getting frustrated at the ref. I'm getting frustrated at the fighters. I'm getting frustrated at the whole fucking thing. And everybody was. They should mic up the ref so we can hear what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. It was annoying. And if you guys were lucky enough, and I think Big Ben was in
the numbers here. Sorry.
No, I can't see what those are.
93 evenly thrown punches.
No
landed
way.
40 for Garb and 33 for Tomlinson.
Not real. That's not real.
How is that a thing? So Tomlinson outstruck Garbarino in the first round, 25-21.
I don't believe that. We were
12-5. So according to these stats, Tomlinson landed 12 punches and Garbarino landed 5 in the first round.
Yeah, I don't know about any of that. Listen, to wrap this fight up here, you guys want to be truly annoyed by a fight, go ahead and watch this one over again. But after this fight, though, John Garbarino, he really should get a major step up in competition. I really do believe that. I think they should find
He should be a top 15er.
Right, a top 15er.
Right.
Um,
He should go top
no,
15, top 10,
no,
top 5. That should be his route.
yeah.
Here.
Let's get him somebody with some recognition and a few wins under their belt, and see where he goes from there, because I think he draws a big and you know what? In the post fight press conference, he said that he would like to fight Donald Sanchez, which is that's a nice call out, right? He said I would fight Donald Sanchez if I have to go to didn't he say I'll go to Albuquerque or Texas or whatever and fight Donald Sanchez? We can do that. Donald Sanchez has a fight coming up against Jeremy Smith,
Right.
but for him to say that, though, that does show you that he is ready and he wants to fight um top 5 guys, but it's a matter of whether or not they want to fast track him. He's 4-0 right now. Do they want to keep having him fight guys and get his record up to 10-0 like they do a Perdomo? You know what I mean? Like, do they see a like mini Perdomo in that 175 division, 185? Was he 175?
Yes.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know where they go.
Donald Sanchez, Dakota Cochran, Doug Coltrane. Let's see, Roderick Stewart, not Bryce, Derek Finley, maybe.
A guy in the comment section that was here earlier, I don't know where he is now, but Jeremiah Riggs would fight him.
There you go. Jeremiah Riggs, bring him back.
Yep, Jeremiah Riggs would fight him at 175 pounds, no doubt about it in my mind. And Jeremiah Riggs is a tough night out always. So that fight right there, we definitely.
I thought this needed fight of the night. Okay, let me tell you, when Dave Feldman says, I'm giving away fight of the night bonuses, I'm going to give it to Brady Bearhill. Perfect. Great. He said he wanted to give away 2, but he couldn't figure out what the second one was. So whatever. This is the one.
I thought it was this too. I thought the Bearhill and Brady fight, I don't disagree with that. I love that fight. But he could have gave a second fight of the night away, I thought, to this one. And I just thought that, like, Joe Elmore is such a fucking dog, and Mike Richmond is so goddamn good, and I just love that fight. I don't know. It was Mike Richmond dropped Elmore early. Lorenzo was saying that he poked his eye. I'm gonna have to go back and
I
watch
missed
it.
that.
I remember
no,
I do remember the eye poke. I just don't remember it being like crazy violent, like he was saying. But Elmore to come back after that liver shot that would shut down 99% of fucking humans on this planet.
This shows Elmore landing more punches in every round.
Yeah.
See that, right?
Maybe, yeah.
30-29, 20-18, 25-22, 39-25, and 45-24. Although he got dropped in which round did he get dropped? I thought it was in the second round.
Second round. So, dude, he got dropped. That liver shot was brutal.
First time he's ever been dropped in his entire career, by the way, and it's to a body shot.
That body shot was fucking brutal, and the way he dropped so hard, we're like, that would either hit his liver or broke his ribs. Something happened there. And then for us to find out that it was a liver shot that did that, and the way his body reacted to that shot, and the fact that he got back up and continued for the rest of the goddamn fight and put on such a fucking war with an animal like Mike Richmond. Sorry. I thought that was a great fight. I really did. And talking to Elmore after the fight, we didn't get to talk to Mike. I think Mike was, I don't know if he had to go to the hospital or
no. I saw pictures of him, and I want to say he went to Stateside Live. Some other people.
Oh, did he?
Oh, I saw pictures, and I'm pretty sure
see him after the fights.
It was him with like kind of a beat, like you could tell it was like post fight. It seemed at Stateside Live. If I'm,
I wish we saw him.
Correct,
because we got to see. We saw Joe and Maggie May, and had a long conversation with them, and I have so much respect for both of those guys, Richmond and Elmore.
Those guys
it's just
are
such
great.
a fucking great fight, dude.
It's when you just fight. Like them, and I don't. we know Joe's corner and we know his wife, and I feel the same way about Mike. We know Mike's wife and we know his corner, and we're close with
Yeah.
Gio and Sean, and like
Sean.
even actually Thursday night we spent a lot of time with them, and it was a lot of fun. So moving on to Sullivan and Bennett. Here we go.
Oh man.
Major underdog victory here. Because Felony had lost. He was 25-1 in his last 26 fights.
Well, he was
Now,
one in he was 1 in 25.
I mean, 1 in 25. Sorry about
Yeah.
that. Yes. Big difference. 1 in 25 is what I meant. I don't know why.
Yeah, dude, 1 in 25 is one hell of a run to be on for sure. Like some would say, why are you still fighting?
Yes.
And some would say, if you are as talented as you appear to be, how can you have lost 25 of your last 26 fights? Yeah,
It's
it
a
is
little
crazy.
insane. Sullivan was a minus 900 at one point. Okay.
Dude, and you know what? Joe Ivy says right here, and I agree. That was an insanely sloppy fight. I don't know if Pat Sullivan is just so wound up and like
He gets
he's
so
the
tense.
he's so like such a wound up dude.
Gets
And
so
he goes in
tense.
there and he just like
shaking.
he just fucking dumps his whole fucking gas tank in the first 20
Gets
seconds of the fight.
real amped up.
Yeah, he needs to learn. I don't know, and we're no coaches or fucking professionals or anything like that, but he's
From
got to
what
learn
we
how to
see, he
control
gets
his
very
energy,
tensed
dude.
up.
He needs to be able to learn how to control his energy and fucking,
He gets
you know,
amped
pace
up and he
him.
gets tensed.
Dude, pace yourself a little bit, dude. Like you do not have to come out of a fucking rocket every time you get in the ring. You could feel out your opponent just to, we don't like the big feel out fights, but like the reason why he got knocked out against Kane Tomlinson is because he came out like a fucking madman. And then he got in there in the second fight and won because he came out like a madman and he landed.
Yes, he did.
But this time he came out like a madman and fucking Felony dropped him in the first fucking 30 seconds of the fight. And then he got back up and they fought for a while. And then Felony got the knockout.
Well,
And
you know what he did? Overextended.
Overextend. Don't
And
overextend.
that's what Felony said not to do. He said, don't overextend. And he did. He certainly did. Because he wants to fucking kill the guy he's fighting. And he gets real amped up. He does. He gets amped up. He runs right in there. He just wants to knock somebody's fucking head into the damn stands. And I get it. I'm sure he does.
And anybody that put money on Felony got some pretty decent money back on that one. I think at the time of the fight, it was plus 450 at the end. At the time of the fight, Felony was a plus 450 underdog. So, that's a good night for a sports bettor if you want to take a risk on a guy who's 1 in 25 in his last 26 fights. And we all know Charles Bennett, and he's a fucking maniac. He can pull it off. All right, and the last one, I think this is the last one we got to talk about. We've talked a little bit about everyone.
Yeah, we talked. Well, no, we didn't talk.
We didn't talk about Lex. We didn't talk about Lex Ludlow.
So let's go. We got a couple few left. And we'll be
all right. So I mean, there's not all that much to talk about with the Cody Russell. Like, Cody Russell looked good again.
Also went in there, did his thing.
Hit him with the double fucking hook, double right hook, put him down.
The go again.
The go again. Yeah, that's what he said.
Go again.
The go again.
That's what Eddie Alvarez, right? Go again.
And and one last thing about him is he really does look like Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah, he does. Bkfc's Canelo, he said.
Bkfc's Canelo, he called himself. So, once again, Zach didn't look good, and Lex hit him a lot of times and didn't put him down. So he proved once again that Zach's tough. Didn't really do anything on the offensive side of this fight.
Right.
Lex threw lots of uppercuts in the clinch, worked his body, knocked the snot out of his nose. It was just a one-sided affair right there.
Yeah.
What do they got for strikes? Are you pulling up that?
Yeah, it says landed 133 to 96. So first round, 58. So they called it a knockdown in first round. Do you see this? And I thought so as well because when he hit, he fell up against the ropes.
Yeah, it was a standing. He gave him a
So-
standing 8 count, right? That
So 58 landed to 30, one knockdown to 0. And then round 2, 29 to 11, no knockdowns. And then this is the third round that Zach out landed him 55 to 46. For real?
hmm.
They
I
threw
don't
that many
remember that.
punches in the third round, huh? So
I'm gonna have to
missed
rewatch it.
I missed the third round, basically most of it. So I can't even really say anything about it. I didn't really see it because we were watching it from way up in the stands at that point.
Yeah, we
went
got
to
a
the
we got
top
an
floor,
interview with Lex Ludlow coming out. That
a long one,
could be it. It's going to be a
12
very
minutes
long.
long, I think, 12 to 13 minutes long. That one.
It's got to be the longest post fight interview I've
It
ever
is.
done, and
It was like a
he got
legit-
very emotional. He got pretty emotional. He said a lot. He says a lot of things and shares some.
I thought it was
shares some
good. It was
things.
fun.
It was very good, and he
Some
turned me into
anecdotes
kind
about
of
his grandfather.
right. Yeah, he turned me into a bit of a therapist right there on the
Yeah.
spot. Like,
No, I thought it was good.
yeah. He says it afterwards. He was like, "You didn't know this is going to be a therapy session when you went to interview me, huh?" I'm like, "No, I did not
Yeah.
know that."
Well, so we were talking earlier about the woman that was in the room with us that was like the sound and video lady who was working in there. She had a
Yeah.
whole soundboard and everything, and she was in there for all the interviews we did because we did the interviews. When you watch the interviews and you're like, oh, you can see the backdrop. Well, if you're wondering where we did it in the press conference room. So where they held the post-fight press conference, that's where we were bringing the people before the post-fight because they set it all up and that room's empty the whole time. So we would take people in there and the woman was watching. And she loved it because we gave her a little breakdown of what we do. And then she got to sit there and she's one audience member. So it's Kyle interviewing a fighter, probably their cornerman or somebody in there. And then me holding the camera and then her and just listening. So it was like she got a show all by herself and she knew nothing about anybody. And she loved it. And after this, she was like, oh, that was great. That was fantastic. I loved it. So yeah, that'll be coming out soon.
Last thing I'll say about that fight, and you guys can take this for what you want. I don't think Zach should keep fighting. I don't. I wholeheartedly believe he should reconsider continuing to fight. And I'll leave it at that. I don't know if you agree with me on that, Mike, but
yes,
say
I feel like I don't know. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
He should not fight anymore. It's over.
I think he's not returning fire as much and a lot's going on. So
dude, a lot happens to your brain after a certain number of fucking shots to the head. You do not think the same, you do not act the same, you do not respect people the way you used to respect them. You don't think before you speak. You damage relationships, you fuck your life up. That is the fact of the matter. And when you keep fucking scrambling your brains up every time you go out there, it's just a bad downward slope. And he should, for the sake of himself and his wife and his fucking family, he should hang it up, bro. Hang it up. That's it. I'm not saying anymore.
All right. Let's move on to this.
And then this one, Prince Nassim, 2 Raw cut. God damn it. Hey, your interview is coming out soon. We did not review this fight totally, my friend. I see you in the comment section right there. Yep, took you a minute or two, a couple minutes to get comfortable in there, but by the end of this fight, like, he looked like he belonged right there. He looked like the squared circle is for 2 Raw cut, and he started landing hard, accurate shots and got the fucking job done, Mike. He was what they built him up to be. And then we talked to him afterwards. He was critical of himself. He didn't like certain things that he did in there. He's going to make some adjustments, he told us. And listen, we say it all the time. The first fight, Yes, he looked like the real deal. The first fight is always the litmus test. You have gone in there, you have experienced your first fight in the BKFC. You will download that information and make the adjustments you need to, and you will be twice as good the next time you go out. And if he's going to be twice as good as he looked in his debut at KnuckleMania 6, we have a major prospect on our hands with Prince Hassim. What do you think?
Oh yeah. Feel out round. And then it was on. And
Yep.
he fucking cleaned house. I loved it. I thought it was good. And
Yeah.
I want to see another one. And I want these fighters like him to take a regular track. Like, I don't want to see him fight 2 people and then be in the top 5. Like, he needs to fight a nice career. Like, he needs to fight a Perdomo career. You know what I'm saying? Like, fight people and just move up. Why do we have to jump so fast? Why don't we go 1 or 2 places up while we move up the chain? Why do we have to jump 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 people every time we fight? No, I want to see him fight 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times before he gets a title shot. I want to
Hey,
just see him.
this was at 175, Mike?
He's good.
Or
I want
one
to see it. It's at middleweight. Yeah.
175. And but
So,
he had
and
told us on the
he has
show prior
skills,
to,
and I
he said
wanna see
that
it.
he said 165 was his target, right?
His
He said he'll
home.
fight 155, 165, 175, 185. He told us he'll do that. This was at 175, but he looks like a 165er to me, and a dangerous one. And I even think he could probably make 155 pretty easy too. Like, he could be dangerous in about 4 different divisions, to be honest with you. And
Yeah.
I think he's got a lot of a lot of raw talent, and yeah, I think the future's bright for him. First test passed.
Yep.
We'll see
First
where he
step
goes.
passed.
Yeah.
And then we have this.
Oh yeah, we did talk about Oxendine.
We did. Yep. We talked about Oxendine.
We did talk about this one. Josh, I said it a little earlier. I think we need guys like him. 135 needs guys like him. Like, Travis Thompson's been around for a long time, and he's been like the mainstay in that division for a very, very long time. And you can only watch the same guys fight so many times. Nothing against Travis. We love Travis, but like, there isn't a whole fucking shit ton of bantamweights out there, to keep running out there. So welcome to the BKFC, man. He looked great.
Yeah. So before we go, couple of last things. And it's been a while. The show's been long, but there's a lot to talk about. Here's the video of the arena with all the Johnny Garb towels. Here we go.
Dude, he had
Look
those
at this.
motherfuckers go around and pull one on every single one.
Crazy, right?
Dude, they said that they had like a group of kids or a group of, I don't
College
know.
students, right? They were
college-
asking for people to go in and do it. Yep.
Dude,
Look at those seats.
they were there from 1 o'clock in the
this.
afternoon till like fucking 5 o'clock at night, fucking putting up.
Look at
A
that. That's on every seat. How crazy is that? Look at that.
Hey, to go back to Josh Oxendine, I will agree with, like, and I don't think he'll keep doing that shit. He says can't get behind all the dancing, but fought well. Yes.
What?
And when Oxendine was like dancing at the end,
I love dancing.
listen, I will tell
Did
you
he
this.
dance way out of
absent-minded-
control or something?
No, it was like
I just saw him dancing a little bit, but did he dance like way?
He wasn't
crazy,
throwing.
like
If he
20
was
minutes?
dancing and throwing punches at the same, like if he was dancing,
No,
and,
he
like,
was dancing when he won, right?
he danced during the fight too.
Oh,
danced
did
a
he?
couple times. He was
I
like
must have missed
showboating
that.
during the fight. Yeah. So like,
I missed
I
that.
am sure. Listen, David Feldman Sr. is not one for all that shit, and I'm sure that he had a conversation with him. I wouldn't be surprised if David was like, "You look great out there. Don't be doing all the fucking dancing." You know what I mean? You're here to fight. You're here to fight. You know
All
how
right.
David is. So
Yes. So
Yeah.
one more thing, Kyle, that nobody's
Okay.
privy to right now, but me and one other person, because I didn't even realize. Cody Vidal called me during this episode, and I couldn't answer it because we were live. I wasn't going to answer the phone. And
Really?
for people out there, like we don't bombard people with other people on the show unless they know ahead of time. That's just not how we do the show. It's never how we've been. If two people want to come on and do a face-off, which we very rarely done. We did Lorenzo and Mike Richmond before or whatever. But Cody Vidal called. I didn't answer the phone. And I didn't know, but he sent me a video which I uploaded, in which we can probably make a post after this. We'll just text him and ask him, like, hey, do you want to make a post and do a collab with this? I can play it right now. I have no idea what he says.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Is it long?
No.
All right. Play it.
No, it's let's see. It's 31 seconds. It's almost, yeah, it's over 31 seconds long, just over. And I didn't listen to it. I just barely listened to it while you were talking a few minutes ago, but I didn't really, listen to it. So let me bring it up here and let's take a listen. Here we go.
Play this video for Lorenzo, Mr. KnuckleManiac Hunt. I'm the fucking KnuckleManiac, and there's nothing you could do when the KnuckleManiac runs wild through you. Fuck the Perry fight. He's not going to fight you. I know you want a big payday. I will take your belt for free. Fuck all these other guys. Nobody's calling you out. You're, as a champion, calling people out. You are calling other people out because everybody's fucking scared. Not me. I got you. I got you next. Let's line it up. KnuckleManiac versus Mr. KnuckleMania. I'm taking your fucking belt.
Huh. So that's it. That was it. He's taking his fucking belt. So Lorenzo's got no shortage of people who want to fight him.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that Cody is he in the top 5? Or he's probably right outside the top 5. He's like 3-0, 4-0, something like that.
I don't think he's top 5. Not yet.
No, but he's right outside there. I don't know. I would think that he needs a couple fights, but one thing that he does, as you know, a lot of people don't, is market the fuck out of himself and do things like that. I respect the shit out of that.
Yeah, he wants in. Cody Vidal, 3-1. He's won. So he lost his first fight at KnuckleMania 4, right? And that was against
he's on a 3 fight
Richardson. Yeah, and then he's on a 3. So he won against Sims with a TKO. He got a draw against Conley, majority draw, and then he beat.
And I thought he won that
at the 2300. Remember that? And then he beat Simpson in that awesome fucking. That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was fucking. Those guys beat the hell out of each other. That was a fantastic fucking fight. So that's the last time that he fought, and that was November 15th, 2025 at Palm Desert. That was fucking Lorenzo Hunt fought on that card, right? Isn't that where he beat Josh Dyer? Palm Desert?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Back in Cali. Yep. Well, Lorenzo has a lot of people that want to fight him. And I think the BKFC is probably loving the position they're in right now with all these options. So, with that said, hey man, if you guys didn't see KnuckleMania 6, you just heard us talking it up for an hour and a half, and it's free all over the place. You could look it up on the app and on YouTube and everywhere. It was free for everyone. It's worth watching. Shout out, let's go, boy. Thank you to Lorenzo for coming on to the show and giving us a great interview like he always does. Can't wait to see where they go with that. And congratulations to all the winners and the losers from the BKFC's KnuckleMania 6. You guys all put on a hell of a show in front of 18,000 plus. And you'll never forget this weekend for sure. We won't either.
Never.
Like, we were down there. Oh, we didn't even tell you guys. We were hanging with Parker Porter the whole weekend.
Oh my fucking word, dude.
Yeah, Parker was gonna ride down with us. From Connecticut. Yep. He ended up having to work in the morning and then drove himself down.
Yep.
But
we hung out with him.
Yeah, we rode around with him the whole time and had a good time.
We drove together. We went to the Waynes together. We went to this together. We went and got food together. We freaking went back to the hotel, hung out. We fucking went to the fight night. We did an interview with him. We hung out. We drove back. Like, we hung out with him the whole weekend. It was awesome. He's a local guy here, number 3 ranked heavyweight, BKFC heavyweight in the world. Very, very awesome, dude.
Yeah, I
Fucking
think that
love
he's
hanging out
a
with him.
fight or two away from the conversation about
Oh yeah, I think he wins
Arlovsky,
this fight in
Perdomo.
March 28th. He wins the fight, and he's going for #1 contender / championship fight status there. Yep.
Yeah, I think if he
So-
wins on March 28th, the only next logical fight would be Perdomo.
If Perdomo
And
hasn't already fought, right?
If Perdomo hasn't already fought, it'd be Perdomo, and then whoever wins that one gets a title shot. So,
Yep.
Thank you guys for hanging in there with us for a long one tonight. Thank you to our sponsor, Full Blast Clothing. I got the shirt on right here. Mike's got the hoodie. Check out the QR code on the screen. Hit that QR code. Go to fullblastclothing.com. Buy some stuff. Support them. Support the show. Pat the Brick Brady. And go follow them on Instagram, Full Blast Clothing on Instagram. Shout out to Pat Brady. Congratulations on a great career, my friend. Enjoy retirement. If you want to come back, I don't think anybody would be too mad about it. And
He knew I was coming for him. That's why he retired, Pat. We know what you did. No, for real, man. You brought a tear to my eye. Dude, what a speech. What a way to go out. We love you, man. That was great. Great career. Even though your BKFC run, it wasn't as long as I would love it to be. But, hey, man, we love you. Congratulations. Spend time with your family. And, I'll cherish this. I'm keeping this forever.
I'm sure we'll run into him in Philly at some point.
Yeah.
He'll be at the shows hanging out.
What a good dude. What a good dude.
So, thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Enjoy your weekend.